Hello there, this is Jordan Dayton, and I wanted to do a quick little demonstration to show how I was able to change the community fonts. And so let me show you. I got some great feedback from Kevin Cunningham in the community. And if we could just go back a couple screens, I can show you the difference. This is what our font looked like before, which is just kind of the generic default settings, which is great, but we wanted it branded to be like the font that we use everywhere else. So I tweaked it, and you can see how that changes. I'm just toggling between these tabs up at the top. This is again the system, and then this is Source Sans Pro, which is a Google font. So I'm going to just quickly show you how I was able to follow Kevin's instructions and get that Google font in reference. And so let me show you. So if you are using Google Fonts, that makes it really easy. If you're not, there might be some variations that you make to this process. But for us, we were. So basically, with Google, Google Fonts, you can go to Google Fonts and probably search. And you also have the ability to download Google Fonts, and then you could upload them to Telligent. And I think earlier in this thread they talk about how that's possible. But I think I just went to Google and typed in Google Fonts Source Sans Pro, which is the one that I wanted. So Google came back and took me directly to that landing page. So the way that their system is currently planning on working, or the way it currently works, is you select a font that you want that's in question. I selected Source Sans Pro. This screen pops up down here, and this might change over time. But you need these two key pieces of information, which is this this style that we can import right here, or this link. I think, yeah, it's this one, this link href. Okay, and then so that it's just telling the site, the Telligent site, to refer to the Google Source Sans Pro font. Now, if you want to use different versions of that font, you can add different versions in here, and that changes your embed code. You can see now it's saying add Source Sans Pro, but also the 400 and the 700. And as you can see, as you add different ones, the load time, it gets heavier. So I just kept it simple, kept it at the regular, which is 400 weight. And then the font family, this is the key bit that you need to know, is from that that single quote to this other single quote or apostrophe right there, Source space Sans space Pro. So then what I did is I went into our community settings up here and manage the site theme. This is from the home page of the community, and then you edit the theme. The next step will be to get your reference to the Google Fonts in. So you would go to HTML headers, and then here's where I pasted that link that Google provided on the other screen. Okay, and again, I'm using this Source Sans Pro, so that's already baked into their link reference code. Okay, so I've placed it there. I published that, and then I went to the supplementary files for our community site, and then went into variables.less, and then clicked edit, and then per Kevin's instructions, and I think was it Michael or another gentleman in the from the Telligent team chimed in and offered some suggestions. So basically what these other fonts are from the conversation in the thread, is these are fallback fonts, and based upon the system that you're using, whether maybe it's Mac or maybe it's a mobile device or something, it tries to align and create the best user experience. So we want to use this Source Sans Pro, which is that Google font, and so all we're doing is just putting in that apostrophe Source Sans Pro and apostrophe and a comma, and putting that as the first one, and then these other ones are fallback fonts. And that's it. You click save, and then you get that it instantly applies to your site, and then you can see the difference. And now as I go throughout my site, watch this font up here. Notice how that, oh, well, I guess I clicked out of it. So anyway, this font has been applied to my entire site and looks awesome. So thank you, community members, for helping me out. This was really great. I really appreciate it. And hopefully this will be helpful to someone else as well.